Okay, here's what's doing. The Rad Power Mini Step Through. Yeah, I got the step through. Okay, in this video, I'm gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, what I wish I knew before and after I bought this. And hopefully I'll give you guys enough information so that you'll be able to understand how to tackle this thing, and if you even want to get into it. So I got this bike a couple of weeks ago, and I finally got around to putting it together. Putting it together, first of all, it comes in a big box. And the thing you want to know is when it arrives, don't try to lift the bike out of the box, especially if you're like me and you have a back that's foobar. So what I did was I took my razor knife and I slit along each side of the box and let the box fold down. Now I've got a piece of cardboard on the ground that I can sit on and work on the bike and not get dirty, and I'm not lifting the bike out of the damn box. I see all these guys lifting this bike. This bike is heavy. First of all, it's a heavy freaking bike. It's not as light as you think. So that out of the way, it comes with the wheel. The front wheel is not on the bike. So you have to take the front wheel out of the box first thing. And then you'll have this bike wrapped and zip tied to hell. There's a million zip ties on this thing. So you're gonna have to have some good clippers and clip all the ghost wrap off of the bike. Now this bike I put on the front, well, there's two parts here. There's this front shelf thing, and then there's this basket that goes on it, and then the same with the back. There's a back deck and a basket that goes on the back deck. The other thing I did was I got the fenders for this, and the reason I did that was because I don't know if you guys have ever ridden a bike through a puddle, but if you do, you know that if you don't have fenders, the back of your shirt and the back of your head gets all slathered with mud. The tire kicks up mud onto the back of your ass. So it's really a self-defense mechanism for me. Although the bike looks really good without the fenders and without the baskets. But you know what? I don't care about appearance. I care about function and practicality. And so I got these baskets because I can throw my gym bag in here and go to the gym or go to the grocery store. Cool. I don't know what I'm going to put in there. I guess I got to buy a little dog, a little yappy dog or something, and so I can have a use for that. But anyway, pretty cool. So putting the bike together, like I say, the front wheel does not come on the bike. I don't know why. They could, because it's a folding bike, they could put the front wheel on and then just fold the bike up and ship it folded. I don't know why they don't do that. I guess it's easier for them to ship it the way they ship it. Whatever, it's their thing. They know what they're doing. But anyway, if you're gonna do this, you need somebody to give you a hand so that they can lift up the front fork and you can slide the front wheel into the fork, because you need to get the brake, the disc on the brake in between the brake calipers, and that can be a pain in the ass if you're just trying to do it by yourself. The other thing is there's a little pin that goes through this wheel, and on each side of this wheel, each side of the pin, there are two little springs. And if you drop those springs like I did and they bounce all over hell, it's going to take you a half an hour to find them like it did me. And there's a lot of swearing going on and a lot of yelling. So don't assemble this bike near any kids if you're anything like me, if you don't want them to learn some bad language. I was yelling. So anyway, that's what's doing so far. Now, let me show you some of the things that I wish I knew when I was looking into this. but I didn't want to look at a million freaking videos to figure this stuff out. Anyway, here's the battery and here's the key. Now the key has 3 positions: on, off, and then if you stick the key in and turn it, then you can pull the battery off and charge it in your house or whatever. So anyway, that's what's doing there. Next, this was something that I couldn't get video. I couldn't find anybody that would show me the throttle. This is the throttle. It's a half throttle. It's not a full throttle. And I've always ridden motorcycles, so I was hoping it would be a full throttle. It's not. But it's not bad. So you turn this and then you grab the rest of the grip and you're pretty good. It's not that annoying, semi-annoying to me, but not that bad. This is your gear shifter, up, down, for your derailleur. This is the controller. We'll get into all of this stuff in a minute. This is your mode and settings controller. We'll get into that in a minute. Leather grips, kind of nice touch. Leather seat, I'm gonna replace that because I'm old and I need a fat ass seat to be comfortable. And I also would like if this had some cushioning, some spring support. And you can do that in 2 ways. You can either get a post with springs, a suspension post, or you can get a bike saddle that has cushy springs in it. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I ordered a bike that has a wider seat, it's a comfort seat, and it has some kind of air cushion spring suspension back here. So we'll see if that's enough. If not, I'll have to get the post. So let's get into what's going on here. Okay, the controller. So the key is on, I believe. If you come in here into mode and hold that, this will turn on. And now you're ready to go. You can see your battery life. This is gonna be your speed. This shows you how many watts you're using. And this is the speed mode. There's 5 modes. So if I go in here, that's on the lowest speed right now. If I push up, now it's 2, 3, 4. There's 5 different speed modes. So be aware, 5 different power modes, 5 different speed modes. And it even has an off. And the reason for that, I'll tell you a little bit later. But anyway, there it is. So one thing, if you push the mode button and the up button at the same time, the front light will come on. Now, let me get into the front light a little bit. There's the front headlight. It's hard for me to bend down my back. I have a bad back. Anyway, if you put this rig on your bike, you're gonna need to relocate the front headlight to under this basket. Usually the front headlight is right here somewhere, right up against the bike here. If you order this basket, it comes with an extension kit for the light. So it has an extension wire so that you can move the light up. Same with the back. The tail light will need to be moved to the back of the basket, which again is not hard. It's not a big deal. What is a big deal is putting these things on. These consist of 2 pieces. There's a deck, which is under here, and then the basket fits on the deck. Same with the front. There's a front deck. You can see it attaches right here to the front of the bike, and then the basket attaches to the deck. Not bad, not hard. I'll tell you what was hard was the fenders. Putting these freaking fenders on, especially the back fender. Because in order to get in there, you really should take off the back wheel. I didn't want to do that, so I went down in there and I worked in a really small space. You're using an Allen wrench. It is annoying AF. And I'll tell you something about these screws that they give you. They will fight you every single turn. The machining on these things is not the best. So before you even try to put any of these screws in, lubricate them either with WD-40 or with some bike grease. Now, the other thing that it didn't have installed were these pedals, and that's easy. You just screw them in and then tighten them up. Nope, it's a no-brainer. Really, anybody could do it. Just make sure you put the right pedal on the right side and the left pedal on the left side. Although I'm not really sure it matters that much. You know, it's just one of those things. If you tighten them up, I don't think they're gonna go anywhere, even if you screw up which pedal goes on which side. Now, let's get back into this, because you can make your bike go faster. What do I mean by that? Well, if you touch both the top and bottom up and down buttons at the same time and hold them for a few seconds, you will go into the settings mode. And you've got several different settings in here that you can change. This is the size of your tire. So you can set it, if you have a 20-inch tire, you can set this to 20. Here's a clue. If you turn your tire size down as far as possible, put the smallest tire in, your bike goes faster. So here's the other. Now, if I touch mode again, it will change pages and go to this. This is your maximum speed, and it's shown in kilometers per hour. So I think this by factory is set at something like 28, I don't know. But if you come in here and set it at 40, that's the maximum. Your bike will go the fastest it can go. And then if I hit mode again, it goes into this display, and that just means the contrast setting on this display. And then if you just hold mode down, hold the mode button down for a few seconds, it goes back to normal. So that's it. That's how you program this. It's not rocket surgery. Don't be afraid of it. Here's your gear shifter for the derailleur, up and down gears. Here's the indicator. It's really simple, really easy. Now, the thing I want you guys to understand, especially if you haven't gotten an e-bike before, is this e-bike operates on two levels. One is pedal assist, meaning when you pedal and you have the power on, let me turn it on to 1, 2, or 3. When you pedal, the motor engages and the bike is going to take off. So this is like, you know, being Superman. It's kind of like swimming with swim fins. If you swim without swim fins, you know, it's not nearly as easy with swim fins. So doing the pedal assist is going to be like 10 times more powerful than you doing it raw, and 10 times faster, all that stuff. Don't check my math, I'm just saying. And the other thing is you can go just strictly throttle with no pedaling at all, just like a motorcycle or any kind of, you know, motorized vehicle. And there is a switch here, and that switch will enable both, or just what is it, just pedal assist? I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, if you turn this, I think it disables the pedal. I don't know, I don't remember, but anyway, there's a switch for that. You can do both throttle and pedal assist, or either just throttle or just pedal assist. I don't remember which. Doesn't really matter. Now, it does here's the thing about pedal assist. If you are in a tight space and you are only wanting to pedal, in other words, and I've done this, I powered into a parking lot and I was going through a narrow pathway and there were cars on each side of me. Very tight little pathway. I could barely get through it. All I wanted to do was pedal the bike, no power. But the minute I stepped on the pedal and gave it a little half crank, the power shot the bike. I almost crashed into the cars. So you can either turn off the power by going down to 0, or you can turn it off here, and then you're pedaling a regular bicycle, and you're not going to have any surprises when you pedal. So that's that. The other thing that is cool is, especially if you change your settings on here, if you change your tire size and stuff like that, this might not be accurate. Speed might not be accurate, distance might not be accurate, but there's a cool app that you can download, and I think it's called Bike GPS, and it's free and it works killer. So I got myself a little mount thing. I think I'll put it right here, and it's gonna hold my iPhone right there, and I'm gonna have my GPS running. It's pretty killer. It shows your whole route that you've taken, the amount of time you've been on your bike, the speed. It shows everything. It's pretty damn cool. So anyway, I think I covered everything in here. Oh, one more thing. Doing the baskets, because I want to clue you guys in, because this can make you mental. So I put on the baskets, and to do that, you have to clip. There's a trunk of wires here. You have to clip them loose because they're zip tied together, and move them to one side. Now I did that, and the minute I did that, my bike locked. The rear tire locked up on me. Why was that? Well, because I moved the brake wire, and the calipers on my rear brake were really tight. So if you need to adjust the rear or the front or either caliper on your bike, it's right in there. See that silver thing right there? That is your caliper, and you want to loosen it up, stick your Allen wrench in there and turn it counterclockwise until the tire moves freely. Same with the front tire. There it is right there. So very simple, very easy. Not rocket surgery again. I think I've covered everything. It's a cool little bike. I don't have a basis of comparison because I haven't ridden any other e-bike, so I don't know. But so far I'm liking it. I like the fat tire thing, because with the fat tire, you don't get a skinny tire stuck in a little, you're driving 25 miles an hour and your little skinny tire hits a little thing, a little gap in the concrete, and down you go. Well, that's why I like a fat tire. So there it is. It's a heavier bike than you think, but it's pretty cool. I don't know. All right, hope I covered everything. By an arm, maximum respect. Maybe I'll post some videos of some rides that I take. I don't know. Who cares? Not me.